所以释迦牟尼佛说，我们的身与心是没有一个主宰的。
So hence Shakyamuni Buddha have taught us and mentioned to us that there is no master control of our body.
空呢，就是这4种元素。你想象分析它分离的那个样子，那个就是一个空的理解，一个认识 realize。
So one way to realize the state of emptiness is to contemplate and to perceive the moment in which that these 4 elements dissipate back into its natural form.
我们的 consciousness， 它为什么叫无明错误的？它就是把我们这个肉体认为是实在的、不变的、固定的。
The reason why our consciousness is considered deluded or has false view is because it believes that our body is a substantial existence.
可是我们现在自然科学，就母亲怀孕形成小孩到人死了，它只是因缘存在，不是真实存在。那我们以前呢，就是这个是我的身体，你不能侵犯我，你不能伤害我，这是我的身体。这种想法，你们说正确吗？
So now let's consider the question. Before you would think that your body, you need to protect it. You cannot harm your body. You don't want to cause any harm. Do you think this is a right thinking or thought? Because now that you have realized that your body actually undergo stages of development based on various causes and conditions, it has no substantial existence.
真正的痛苦，这5蕴里头，真正的痛苦是在这个第5，这个 consciousness， 他认为色身是我，感受的、想象的、意志决定的这 willing 行，这个是我，就是因为产生痛苦出来。
So a lot of the basis or the causes of suffering is because of this 5th aggregate consciousness. Because of our consciousness to believe there is this existence of a self, there is an I or a me that is suffering, so it causes a lot of trouble thereafter.
我们每一个人的自我意识形态，这个自我的意识形态呢，越强，你的喜怒哀乐就会越多。
So the stronger our ego is, or being egocentric, the more suffering and the more discomfort you will encounter.
我曾经看到一个美国的妈妈跟小孩子说：“你不可以动这个，不可以动这个东西。”
I encountered a mother in America speaking to a child, and the mom said to the child, "You cannot touch this thing."
小孩子说：“为什么？”
The child asked, "Why?"
妈妈说 ：“Because I say no." 所以每一个人这个自我意识形态很强啊。如果小孩子在动他呢，他在修理他。
So you can tell that for one, ego being very strong is the cause of problem. So imagine if the child touches that matter or thing, the mom will probably slap the child.
小孩生下来的时候怎么苦呢？大家已经呢没有那种概念了。
So as a newborn child, what is suffering about? The child probably has no concept at all.
这个老呢，这个苦呢，有一些人已经慢慢要在体验的了。
And as we grow older, we'll probably experience more suffering and know what suffering is all about.
有一个做头发的美容师呢，他每天呢都有好几个固定的顾客来找他呢，洗头发呀，这个整理头发呀。
So there is a hairdresser who has quite a few frequent customers every day to go and ask him to tie up the hair or have a salon done.
他们真正需要每天去洗头发、去整理头发吗？
So do you think those customers really need to go to the hairdresser every day?
他们呢，因为小孩都离开他们了，每天呢在家里真无聊啊，所以呢来到这个 hair salon 呢，有几个老朋友可以聊聊天呐。
So the reason being that these customers, their kids have left them. They have nothing to do. They feel bored. So they go to the hair salon. At least they have some people to talk to every day.
就是没有老朋友来，他这个美容师呢也可以滴滴答答滴滴答一直跟他聊，所以他就觉得很开心了。
So even if any of the other customers doesn't show up, there is still the hairdresser to talk to. So he or she will feel very happy.
他有退休金。 还有国家给他的这个老人，这个他钱是有，但是就是无聊。
So imagine these people, probably seniors, they have the pension plan, government pays them well, and they have money, but all they lack is knowing what to do, so they feel bored all the time.
哎呀，如果他来照见无云皆空呢，他天天在家里打坐，就很舒服、很自在了。
So imagine if they know to contemplate profoundly on Prajnaparamita, certainly they will feel very carefree and happy and satisfied as well.
我们呢，病比穷更苦。
So being sick is actually more of a torture or suffering.
病比穷，比贫穷。
Being poor. So being sick is more of a suffering than poverty or being poor.
穷呢，他撑过一段时间，他可能就有办法。
So if one individual is poor, perhaps after a period of time, things will get better, and he will or she will no longer feel suffered.
病的时候，身边没有一个人，连喝杯水都没有办法去倒开一杯水。
But on the other hand, if one person is sick, he or she doesn't even have the energy to perhaps pour a glass of water for himself.
病呢，手都没有力量，抽屉里头有50千 cash， 他也没有办法去开抽屉啊。
So imagine a person sick in bed with no energy to get out of bed, even with 50,000 cash in her drawer, he or she cannot enjoy it.
我们有很多东西是我们想要的，但是得不到，很辛苦。
There are a lot of things that we wish or we desire to possess, and yet we are unable to attain them.
我们有的本来很想要的，后来发觉不太对，所以呢，就想要呢把它呢赶掉。
And oftentimes, when we do own it or possess it, and later on we realize that we actually don't need that things, then we really wanted to get rid of them.
那赶不掉的时候是很苦的。
And when we cannot let go or get rid of those things, we also feel suffered.
如果你有个同事啊，你们2个人呢，这个很合不来，没有办法沟通，但是每天都要坐在办公桌对面。
So can you imagine you and another coworker, you simply cannot get along, and yet that person just simply sit opposite you every day.
你最喜欢的一样东西，不要说是丢掉了，它起变化，你心就开始紧张了。
So also on the other hand, think about something that you really like, and if one day that matters started to change in form, you also feel some form of suffering.
当然，这种自我意识形态的那种爱啊，那种的 desire love 情况有不同。
So of course there are different levels or extent of that desire in which, in terms of how it affects your emotions.
如果说爸爸知道爸爸生病，哎，太太也生病，可能他照顾太太，不去照顾爸爸了。
So imagine a situation, maybe if both the mother and the father is sick, the child would decide to look after the mother instead of the father.
No, wife. Take care of wife.
Take care of the wife rather than the father.
所以有人呢，自己的狗死了，哭了7天，他爸爸死的时候没有哭7天。
So for one who owned a pet, if that pet passed away, the owner may cry for 7 days. But when the father passed away, he or she may not even shed a tear.
这种呢，情爱啊，或是情爱呢，其实跟 desire 是一样的。
So this attachments to or the feelings is actually similar to desires that we strive for.
我们每天生活会有担心、挂碍，或是冲动的情绪，都是因为我们每个人有这个爱 （love and desire），都有这些，我们才会这些情绪的部分。
So every day we undergo some form of emotional upswings. That is because we have this love within us. We will develop, because of this love, we develop some form of emotions towards matters.
所以在五蕴里头，痛苦的根源是第5个，这个 consciousness， 这个 attach the form physical attach thinking willing feeling attach those so feel various suffering 呢。就是最严重的就是我们心意识，它一直执着的肉体、受想行，所以一切的痛苦都是这样引生的。
So the 5th aggregate, consciousness, is the key or the cause behind all sufferings. Because of this consciousness, we develop a lot of desires, attachments. And because of such attachments, we create a lot of sufferings for ourselves.
现在我们呢，假如行深般若波罗蜜多时，把以前的这个 ignorance 变成了明，转变成智慧 wisdom， 这一切的痛苦就消失了，因为自我意识形态粉碎掉了。
So if you're able to contemplate profoundly on the prajna paramita, you would then be able to transform your ignorance to wisdom. And by doing so, you are actually destructing this notion of self or attachment, and hence you're able to liberate yourselves from all sufferings.
所以这个form 为什么 form is not different from emptiness？ 这个色跟空为什么没有差别？为什么没有差别？因为4大元素，我们分析它分离的时候，就是那个原来的空的样子。
So the explanation behind the statement, form is not different from emptiness, emptiness is not different from form, is because we realize that all form comes together and ceases based on the 4 elements in a conditional manner. So that emptiness is referring to the state when the 4 elements dissipate and return to its natural form.
那空不异色呢，就是因为所有的物质，地水火风，它们本身呢是空性的，所以这样空性的在因缘组合成为一个有形状、有体积的东西，所以它们呢，由于体性是空，才可以在不同的状况之下成为这样的个体，成为那样的形状。
And emptiness is not different from form, is because that the terminology of emptiness, if you relate to the 4 elements, once again, because of its empty nature, is able to create and transform into various form. And because of the essential nature of the four elements being empty, so we call that as a statement of emptiness is not